It takes a while for Twitch to sort itself out. And we are live! Welcome everybody to the Tier 1 European race around Canada. Round 5 of the season, I believe. Unless I'm making it up. Round 5, yes, round 5, I'm reliably informed. Of our 12 race season. I'm Two-Spy Wizard, I'm here with Titchy. And of course, on this, the 70th birthday of Formula 1 itself.
Oh yes. Good to be
Happy
here.
birthday to Formula 1. The sport that we all love. Or maybe you don't love it, maybe you just enjoy the video game and you can't stand the sport. Whatever though, it's the 70th birthday of Formula 1. A few of our drivers have quali bans today. It's Ferrero Rocher in the Renault Championship lead. Lewis has got a quali ban, hasn't he?
Yes, he does.
It's BD Jonathan in the Mercedes, and who was the other one?
LR Ghost.
And my former teammate Ghost has a penalty. Now, they can all come out to do an installation lap to lock in their setup, just because the game is sick. So that'll be what Ghost is doing. Trackless, the Canadian circuit. What are your tips on then?
I think
Alp,
Alp for a strong round. I think he's 18th in the world around this track.
Jacob and Varamir want to be doing well for the home team Racing Point.
Yes. Bullet Boy's back after missing a few weeks. See if he's up to speed still.
What about you guys in the chat? Anyone, what you think's going to happen when we're missing some people? Calzo as well, he'll want to get back up the front, won't he?
Yeah.
So the first guy out to set competitive lap will be Bullet, but he'll be on the hard tyres. So we might ignore him for the time being.
Let's see how fast he can go on hard.
And Ghost goes straight into the pit lane. Well done to him. And the Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve for Alp then. Third gear, first corner, slows down into a second gear, goes on in first gear around that corner, then flicks it straight back into third. Up into sixth, seventh, rising if you want to, but straight down to fourth, up into fifth. Through this first sector here, it's a lovely. I love the first sector of Canada.
Yes. I'd rather not talk about any of this Canada. I'm not. Had a bad week.
There you go. I've both had a bad week. Jeff was telling me to put wets on yesterday.
I agreed with him at the time.
Hello Blaze in the chat there, happy birthday to Formula 1 for you, well done Ghost retiring there. Alp, what's he going to do? What are we expecting for pole times? Are we going to get in the 7s? We don't even know what the weather's like for the race yet.
It's dry all the way.
Oh, of course it is, it's Tier 1.
Right, Alp.
On board, great line through the final chicane there, past the wheel, 109.6 on the hards for Bullet. And a 107, there we go, straight into the 107s for our Tier 1 guys. Next across the line is going to be V6 Racer, I believe.
Yeah.
This comes into the pit lane to retire. It's not V6 Racer, it's going to be Fruitful, sorry. Wrong McLaren. He goes second with a 108.1. Who's next? We got the Toro Rosso boys coming down on their out laps. So have we got, is that the Renault of Matty on a hot lap? It is. We'll stick on board with him.
So there's Cliffy behind. He's on an out lap.
Yellow flags in the last sector there. Oh, Lewis has left the session.
Don't know why.
You could send him another invite or two, Titch. Just in case.
Spectating.
Oh, that's true. If any of the drivers could send some invite. Oh, there we go. he does his one right there, so the other McLaren is going to cross the line now. He comes into the pit lane. What about those Toro Rosso boys? So he's backed out of it. Give his teammate a tow. Calzo with a brilliant tow from Conzo. Is he going to break into the 107s? He'll want to be maximising the grid position. Brilliant stuff there again.
3 in the championship.
108.5 only though. Got the other Williams of Cliffy just coming through the final sector now. And across the line. Bullets 109.6 on hards doing oh no 12.7 on the hards for Cliffy. And the racing points are out now on the track.
Going for a second out that by the look of it, Jacob.
This definitely doesn't look like Conzo to me, Codemasters.
No, it looks like a wall.
So we have the 2 racing points. Jacob will be first across the line to start his flying lap. They're going to be the next 2 to set fast laps, the homeboys. Interesting development here. It's good to see Bullet back.
Cliffy's come round again after a second out lap on the hards. But, yeah, obviously invalidated. There's a big queue coming up the pit lane.
It's a big queue. Do you want any other track? 20.2 through sector 1, that's his personal. He's invalidated. And so is Varamir by the looks of it. I think both racing points have been validated. According to the track map at least.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Jacob's definitely not on a lap anymore, but Varamir looks like he might still be on one.
Yeah, Varamir is. On mine he hasn't. It's not on red, and he's going to get the tow.
A real chance for Varamir to jump up the standings. He's had a difficult start to the championship. Now he comes in as well. Maybe he had invalidated. Who's next? We got Ferrari. We got Bullet coming into the pits on the mediums. He doesn't want the mediums. And we got Alp again. Just starting a new lap. Let's go on board with our current pole sitter. Connell in the chat as well, fantastic. Evening everybody, evening. Happy birthday to Formula 1 as well. Let's see those party emotes in the chat. 70 years young today, Formula 1.
I'll boss a point now.
How much it's changed indeed. Connell, how much it's changed indeed. Alp is currently sitting on 35 points. He would want to boost himself up the standings a bit.
2.5 tenths up on his own time.
See if he gets as good a line through the final chicane as he did last time. We might have chipped it. That's a great line. Better exit. This could be 3 tenths up, I think. It is. 107.6. Great lap from provisional pole man. Well, Conzo does set his lap. He gets a 108.7 now.
Red Wings implementing the tow down the back straight now. Sector in front of No Future.
Sector is pulling No Future down. He moves out of the way. And pits.
Yeah, No Future.
No Future crosses the line with his pumpkin. P6.
Not bad.
The People's Champ comes out of the pit lane. Matty's about to start a lap. In the Renault. And is that Calzo behind him on a hot lap? Coming through sector 1.
Calzo has to start a lot like this.
Great driving from out there. I was seriously impressed with that lap. Can it be beaten? It's invalidated there from Matty, according to my screen.
Very strong. Calzo's nearly 4 tenths off on his time. If he keeps going, could put him around second place. Bolts down the back straight.
Charles was here! Yay!
2 Ferraris.
He will be in a Mercedes though, I imagine.
That's unfortunate.
Calzo doesn't improve, does he? Who's next? Fruit must be on a lap.
He's now on a lap. No.
Oh, he's in the wall! Did he cut the corner? It looks like he cut the corner and got out of the way of the Racing Points.
He's going on a second out.
Varamir is the lead Racing Point this time. Are they both going to do laps? Is Varamir on a lap?
Yeah, Varamir's on a lap, Jacob's on an out lap. So Jacob giving Varamir the toe.
Varamir coming across the line. He really desperately needs a good result here in Canada, and that's a good start. P5, 1086 for the Tier 2 champion, reigning Tier 2 champion.
Jacob now on his lap.
So I imagine Varamir will slow up a bit as well to help him. Yep, dry all the way in the chat, dry all the way. It's always, that's right Blaze, it is always dry in Tier 1. You got your rain yesterday for Tier 2.
Fully dry in Tier 3. Rain in Tier 2. A lot of rain in Tier 2, we will qualify on the race.
Absolute washout yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. They've done this perfectly, I think. Yeah. Oh.
There's a bit of a wobble out of the exit. He's weaving behind because he knows that he's invalidated his lap, I think, and that they're not gonna do it. Who's next along the track? We got the Williams of Cliffy.
Williams is
He's half a second up on himself, nearly 6 tenths up. A second up. Obviously he's got new tyres on. He's at some 1.9 dead so far, but he'll get better traction out of the final corner with his soft. So I can see we can getting a mid 108 here.
Yeah.
We're looking possibly for him to jump up as high as 4th, maybe down in 6th. He goes in the pits. Oh no, not happy with that one.
He doesn't start on the softs.
Maybe he doesn't. V6 coming out of the final hairpin on and out lap. Ready to wind up a lap. Not many people on track. I'm expecting a massive queue at the end of the pit lane in a minute. He comes in. Does anyone want to set a lap? This is like Tier 3 all over again.
2 people out on the track. One of them is actually had a quali ban.
Jonathan's out for his qualifying lap. He should have been doing it a bit earlier, to be fair, but he's not in the way of anyone.
No,
he might get away with that.
Pick a time where there's no one on track, so...
Yeah, he might get away with that. He should be doing it a bit earlier in the session, but...
Sector is on a lap.
No harm, no foul.
He's marginally off on his time. nowhere near enough to be with Alp at the moment. But can he get himself into the 107s?
So who is going to be the first across the line? Is it going to? It's No Future, isn't it? He's going to be the first one to start his flying lap, which will be his final assault on pole position. You think? They are coming out a bit early, actually, aren't they?
Sector's on our lap now, so No Future is there to give the tow. Gets out of the way.
Sector through the wall of champions. Cuts down to a 1:07.8. Jumps straight out of the way of his teammate. Who cut the last sector, didn't he? Matty on the out lap there. Next one to start a lap time, is that Conzo or Calzo? It's Conzo because Calzo's just coming out the pit lane.
Yes.
Matty will be on for a hot lap soon. Williams out. So far for the 1:10 dead on hards, but we think Cliffy's capable of a mid 1:08 based on his previous hot lap.
Alp's on a flyer.
Alp's finishing a flyer, is he?
By the look of it, yeah.
Over the chicane, into the wall of champions! Is it going to affect his time? He's got damage! But he still goes a tiny bit faster! What drama!
Fruit comes to start a lap now.
Is Fruit the man who's going to challenge for pole?
Conzo comes round.
The chat thinks he's so much better than a 1:08.1. Let's see, how can he respond in the McLaren?
Conzo goes up to 4th. 1:08.3. Great lap.
Sector's not coming out, so he's not going to have enough time to do another lap.
Yeah, Sector's done his time.
He will be no better than second.
Fruit a 10th up through the first sector.
He's a 10th up through the second sector.
Matty's half a second up through the first sector. Through the second sector, sorry.
Matty's on a good lap. That would be enough for 4th at the moment, really.
Comes across the line. Goes P4.
Fair
Fruit is
play.
next.
Through over the chicane. Over the line. He goes second on the 1:07.8.
Is it Bullet? Bullet's next.
Bullet next. He's invalidated.
Or he just wants to see if people will go ahead of him. B6 Racer comes across the line.
Faramir boxes. Jacob's got to set a lap time. He is going to set a lap time. Jacob is the last man over the line. But he's invalidated, I think.
No. Yeah.
So we've got two hard runners in the top 10 with Cliffy and Bullet at P8, No Future, then Varamir, Conzo, Matty, Calzo 4th, Sector in 3rd, Champion Fruit 2nd, and Alp with an absolutely astonishing set of laps.
Yeah. Never outside the 107s.
We'll start on pole position for the Canadian Grand Prix ahead of the reigning champion. What are your thoughts in the chat, people? If it's dry, we're thinking a 2-stop.
Yep, a 2-stop.
But there's so many combinations of 2-stop. That is your grid. Alp, Fruitful, Sector, Calzo, Matty, Conzo, Varamir, No Future, Bullet, Cliffy, Jacob, Racer, Lewis, Jonathan, Ghost, and Ferrero Rocher. Interestingly, Bullet and Cliffy are on hards. The rest of them will be on softs. 11 downwards can pick what they want. And there's going to be a lot of people coming through that field. Including Jacob. Jacob's definitely lower down than he'd want to be.
Yeah. Didn't manage to get a proper lap in. So I think Bullet Boy and Cliffy have taken advantage of the fact that 4 people had quali bangs.
Yeah.
Also, Carlsbury's going to join the back of the grid as well.
Carlsbury is in the Ferrari. Happy days.
They put it in a Ferrari. It's
well
perfect.
done, Cody's. Well done, Cody's.
They've done something right.
GG, Cody's.
It is a beautiful day in Canada by the look of it. Barely a cloud in the sky.
It's delightful. Why can't we have this for tier 2?
Oh, Bullet Boys, press the button.
It's all I can say to that. Whoops. Oh, is that sneaky gamesmanship? Is he taking a 1 penalty point just to mess with people?
He didn't have to do much. That is why you get the penalty point. For not giving people enough time.
Poor Carlsbury is all I say.
Yeah.
I hope he managed to get his car changed. So we got the Ferrari at the back. We got 2 Ferraris on the grid for you Tifosi fans out there, especially on the 70th birthday of Formula 1. I can't stress it enough. It's a fantastic day, fantastic achievement. The British Grand Prix, I think it was the Grand Prix of Europe actually, the Silverstone race in 1950.
Yeah. Podium predictions.
Everyone outside, apart from Carlsbury, outside the top 10 has gone for mediums, Carlsbury on the softs. Alp on pole, Fruit second, Sector third, Calzo fourth, fifth is Matty. I think Matty could go quite well today, he seems to have a bit of pace, he's always very good in the races as well. Conzo sixth, rear gunner to his teammate. Varamir will want to get some good points. There's been a couple of instances this season that weren't his fault, where he'd have liked to have picked up some points. So we'll see him hopefully fight back in the championship. No future in the second Red Bull. He is in 8th, last man on the softs, apart from Carlsbury at the back. Bullet and Cliffy are running on hards. Jacob, racer, V6 racer, Lewis, championship leader, Jonathan, Ghosts, Ferrero Rocher on mediums, and Carlsbury in his scarlet red Ferrari at the back as they line up on the grid.
We had Britain between Alp and Fruit. This time for the win.
Those are your tyres. We line up. One light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and the Canadian Grand Prix for Tier 1 is... Go, go, go! Great start from Fruit on the outside! Blasts into the lead. Alp, traditionally with quite slow starts, but he hangs it around the inside. There's contact, Alp round! Alp is round!
Oh no, there's contact at the back as well. V6 racer at the back.
No Future's gone back as well. Fruit leads the Grand Prix. Calzo second, Matty third. We'll check for damage in a moment. Sector down to 4th. Bullet all the way up to 5th on hard tyres. But he'll be a sitting duck for Varamir, surely. Jacob trying to get through Cliffy, also on hard tyres is Cliffy. Lewis has both got damage.
V6 racer and Carlsbury's just gone straight across the track there.
I think we're free of damage. I feel so bad for Alp Brighton.
Yeah, V6 racer has damage. He's got front left end plate.
Is
left
Alp
end.
okay though, other than being at the back? Yes, he looks to be okay. He did try and stick it up the inside, and unfortunately, he vettled. Fruit leads. Second, Matty third. This is what Fruit wants, this is what Fruit does.
Bullet boy chilling on halves now.
Give him the space, he'll go for it. Such a smooth, fantastic driver when you give him the space.
Lewis up to 8, Jonathan up to 9th from the back.
What I'm most impressed with is Bullet still holding it out in 5th on those hards, but he is causing a train.
Yes, which is good for the 4 guys in front. Faramir really needs to get past on the softs. Alp is up to P15 now.
I imagine Bullet will be going hard to medium for a 1 stop. A little bit of contact there from the racing point, but no harm, no foul there again. Didn't get good traction there.
On the back of Cliffy now. Medium on hard tyre.
He knows he's not going to be able to make it through that chicane. Sensible move. Cliffy goes in.
Has he got damage?
Fruit is clear of the DRS, crucially.
Yeah.
Lewis and Jacob tangling.
No future and V6 both in as well.
Terrible
Cliffy
camera
does.
angle.
Cliffy has got wing damage. So does the Red Bull and McLaren.
And all this is already a 2-second gap between P4 and P5. Lewis thinking about it, but thinks better of it. But he gets a much better exit into the DRS straight. He moves to the outside of Jacob, but there's not enough dice there, not enough room. But he's going to get so much more confident on exit, is Lewis. Maybe this way. Oh, there's a... Varamir is off.
Varamir here. He's got left end plate damage.
Did he make contact with Bullet? I don't know. But he's got massive damage to the end of that. He's got end plates missing and flaps.
Yes.
Carlsbury up to 12th.
Alps back up to 11th.
Oh, there's chaos going on behind. Lewis has made it through. Jonathan had to go wide. Varamir pits. It's all kicking off here. Lewis up to 6th.
Oh, V6 racer and no future of they're coming together, I think. At the back. It's not ideal.
Oh dear. Bit of a kerfuffle at the back. Throw rush over our first penalty. You write that down. Varamir in the box. Ghost driving a good race there, keeping himself in contention, keeping himself out of trouble. Alp has 3 seconds already and he's trying to get back through the grid. He's behind Ghosts at the moment. 2.3 seconds the lead for Fruit at the front. Bullet is still holding his own in P5. But surely the championship leader is going to take it. I don't know if he'll take it into the chicane or if he'll take it into turn 1, but here is the Williams.
He dives for it into the chicane.
Oh, fair play. Good move. Bullet gave him enough space. Bullet knows his race is not with that Williams right now. And the Mercedes of Jonathan is coming through as well.
Yeah. Makes it stick.
Oh, and Jacob tries to do it as well, but clips the back of the Ferrari and he's round. Carlsbury up to 10th.
Alp's coming early.
Alp in the pits. He changes to his mediums. He wants to get an undercut to get through that traffic. So he was behind Ghost. I think an undercut could move him all the way up to with the likes of Lewis. He does. He knows he's got the pace. So he comes in a couple of laps early. I wish him luck.
Yeah.
Lewis has missed the chicane. Jonathan takes 5th place. And runs... Oh, Jonathan's glitching all over the place. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Oh dear. He's on one bar to me there. That's difficult. Calzo and Matty in. Fruit with a 4.2 second lead now at the front.
Lewis is in on the mediums.
The last thing he'd want would be a safety car. Lewis is in on his mediums. He's going for soft, so he's going for an aggressive two-stop.
He's changing a wing.
He's got wing, oh yeah, he had wing damage. Where did that come out? It would have come from the incident with Jonathan, I think.
Yeah.
Jonathan up to P3 now, all the way from 11th. Oh, sorry, he'll up 11 places from 14th.
Put the boy back up to 4th on the
But he
halves.
has a 3.5 second disadvantage to Sector, who's actually gaining on Fruit on this lap. Bullet in a great position. He lets Ferrero Rocher go. He sees better of that.
That was a good move though, to be fair.
It was. Great move. Is Bullet going to come straight back? Bullet's going to have the DRS coming into the back straight.
They'll be coming into their own now. The hard's still...
But he's so close. Will he even try and make the overtake? He's got to think about Ghost behind him. He's having a good race in his mediums. They keep it sensible through there. Did Rocher clip the Wall of Champions there? He's got all of his car intact.
Fruit and Sector are in.
Jonathan leads. Rocher second. Bullet on hards in P3. Let's go back to tyres here. There we go. Out with the fastest lap in clean air. And he's jumped Sector.
Yes.
And he's jumped Lewis as well. So it was a great couple of laps. Obviously we know Lewis changed his wing. But it was a great bit of decision from Alp.
Yeah. He's now
Ghosts with his Kimi Raikkonen helmet there, fantastic. There's a lot of Kimi Raikkonen tribute helmets in this tier.
Yes. I love it.
I do love the Boismeister. Rocher is nearly out of the DRS, so now Ghost is going to have a go at Bullet. He'll have better traction on the mediums. Great race so far from the Haas driver. Thinks better of it. There's been some sensible decisions going on here.
Charles going to half a second. Got it in 1 lap earlier than Fruit. But Fruit seems to be...
Well, Fruit had that advantage where he could do that extra lap. He could do his strategy based on Calzo +1 because he had that little gap there.
Pulling away again now.
Carlsbury on the back of Jacob. Lewis sets the fastest lap, but it's not that much, only a couple of tenths quicker than Alp.
Yeah. He is.
Alp is flying. Well, exactly, yeah, that's what I mean. It's brilliant racing from Alp so far. He's on a solid 2-stop. Interesting to see whether our 2 leaders. I imagine Bullet will go for the 1-stop and switch to mediums around about lap 19, 18, 19.
Yeah.
But will our 2 leaders, Jonathan in P1 and Ferrero Rocher in P2, will they go for a 2-stop or will they go for a 1-stop switching to the hards around about lap 15? You'd think with Bullet being so close they'll want to go for the 2-stop because he'll be too strong on a 1-stop with mediums as his second stint, won't he?
Yes, he will. So he's actually in the net lead.
He is in the net lead because he is single stopping, unless the front 2 are 1-stopping as well, but then Bullet will have the advantage and he's only 4 seconds off the lead. Great race from Bullet in the Ferrari. Great race from Ghost as well, to be fair. I'm really impressed.
Yeah. Everyone really only has to stop once more.
It's a great bit of battling there. Lewis up the back of Sector, I think, is going to get tasted.
This is why I love Canada. So many different strategy options.
Yeah.
It's the one good thing.
Well, in an ideal world, if I were in charge of Formula 1, I would make it a mandatory 2 stops. You have to use at least 2 different compounds, but you should have 2 stops.
Yes.
Because it would open up so many possibilities. The more exciting races on here. Lewis takes a penalty for just clipping the inside there. Ghost is right up behind Bullet now, but again, not quite close. I think Bullet's gone for a very drag efficient car here. Oh, he wobbles. Oh no!
He's in the wall.
And he's lost his end plate.
Yeah.
Tragedy!
That's devastating.
That is devastating. He needs to try and keep it up as much as possible.
If he can keep this, yeah, he needs to go until the medium stops.
That is a mistake on the exit of the Wall of Champions, and Bullet has lost his right end plate. He is still in pole position, really, but now the front two will have the option, if they're aware of the damage, of going for a one stop.
Yes.
The front three even, because Ghost is on mediums as well.
Still got to be wary of Fruitful as well.
Fruit is already up here. He's, I imagine, actually now back in the net lead.
He's in the pit lane, don't worry. No future is ours.
Because Fruit will have one more pit stop as well, and he needs mediums.
Yeah, but if the front guys are going for a one stop, they have to go to the halves. So Fruit will be in the prime position to try and overtake them. Bullet goes in. Changes the strategy. Changes the
the image is a bit grainy this evening for some reason. Carlsberg's in the pits. No!
Strategists have done it again.
They've done it again. No communication there with Ferrari. Absolutely devastating.
Oh no.
Jacob gets a 3-second penalty. Absolutely devastating for Ferrari there.
Classic.
Classic Ferrari.
Classic. They were going so well, and then suddenly they weren't.
Right, that has caused Bullet to go aggressive. I think Bullet's going to two-stop. He's going to go mediums. He's going to be quick on the softs at the end. He'll hope for a safety car to put it back in. But he has gone from being the defensive driver to being the attacking driver. This is going to be an aggressive strat now.
Yeah.
We've seen his defensive driving. Let's see his attacking driving. He'll be revelling in that. Fruitful.
Takes P3.
Takes the position from Ghost.
Fruitful has dropped Calzo, like.
Fruitful is on fire.
Yeah.
Lewis is about to take sector for P9, but he doesn't.
Harper's now trying to close down Calzo.
Not enjoying life today from the back. Ooh, he drops it there, our championship leader. But this is what Fruit will want. Carsbury has retired in the pit lane. Yeah, it's probably a Ferrari call after that cock up in the pit lane.
Yeah.
So Jonathan Lees, thank you for coming though, Carsbury. It was a shame that it didn't really work out. It was a good race up until that point.
I think he's in the wall coming into the pit lane.
Oh, he's in the box.
Yeah, he is.
Right, one of our first medium runners is in. He wants the undercut on his competitors. He goes for mediums. He will be running a two-stop, so it's going to be medium, medium, soft for the round.
So he needs to come out in front of Bullet. This is where we need to know where
Bullet is all over the back of Varamir. It's the opposite to the earlier part of the race. Varamir ended up in the wall. Varamir won't be happy with that. Bullet goes right to the outside. He leaves no space, does Varamir. That looked a bit suspect to me, but this is what happens when you're racing so quickly.
Yes. Crucially, JF Roche gets ahead of Cliffy, comes out in front of him, so that's free air.
He was well ahead of these people, wasn't he? It was that wing change for Bullet, but Bullet will be on the softs as well later on in the race. Bullet needs to get back up to Varamir and clear him.
Yes.
Lewis is stuck in this mid-pack at the moment.
He's stuck behind Sector.
I wonder if
it's a DRS train.
It's a DRS train, but I also wonder if the sort of effect that used to happen with Red Bull back in the day, where they had the car that was fastest for at the front, and he set up his car for that because that's what he's used to and that's what he's comfortable with, but it's not so good at the overtaking when it needs to. But we shall see. I'm sure approval from Calzo is in
Yeah.
He's switched to another set of mediums, so he's in on his mediums, and he's going to go for a wing change. He's got end plate damage. He's going hards to the end for Calzo.
Promotes out to P5.
Alpa's got himself well back into this.
Yes, yes he has.
Because he's only 9 seconds behind the leader and on the same strap.
Sector got past May.
Bullet Boy gets a penalty.
Yeah.
Great racing here at the Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve.
Oh, Lewis is up.
Here we go, he's going for it, he's on the outside. He made that stick nice and easy. Might have DRS because he's far down. So yeah, Lewis still gets the DRS.
Yeah, he got it
because the detection is much further down that straight than you think it is. He goes for the hard tires crucially. He is one stopping. He had track position, he's within his right to do that. Where is he going to pop? He's going to pop up behind Ghost. And, crucially, he's going to get ahead of Ferrero-Rocher, but Ferrero-Rocher will be challenging him. Ghost went for mediums. Ghost will be pitting again. I'm personally of the opinion that I wouldn't want the hard tyres, so I would be going with the 2-stop B because it's...
I also think Ghost has gone too long on the first set of mediums.
John, but then he was switching to the... I think Ghost wants to get his soft stint out at the end. I think if I was starting on the mediums, I'd have probably gone medium, soft, medium. Though,
I think then all of them are going to be on softs at the end now.
Yep. Closing up there. Alpa's been closed in by Sector. Sector has slight pace advantage over Alpa. May get to 3 seconds.
So Fruit has to clean air at the front again. There's an 8-second lead to Jacob.
8.3 second lead. How many seconds is it for a pit stop here? Jacob pits, we'll find out. He was 8 seconds behind. Jacob's going to pit for hards, I'd imagine.
Yes. No, mediums.
No, mediums for the racing point. They'll just about make it.
He can't go there though, can he?
But in what state?
Jacob started on the mediums.
Did he start on the mediums? Is that his first pit stop?
He's got to stop again.
Oh yeah, it's his only start. He does have to pit again. Wow. Calzo not having a great race in 14th, but he keeps going. The chances of a safety car around here are...
Pit stop is about...
So we were 25, went from 8 to 25, so...
17 seconds.
That's 17, 18 seconds you need. So at the moment, Fruit would pop out between Cliffy and Ghost, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
So we want to get that gap up to Cliffy.
So they
can pop up behind. Yeah. That's what he'll be looking for.
He's got a few laps to go yet anyway.
Baromir has been passed by Bullet eventually. Got his elbows out, fair play to him. The Ferrari is hunting down Ghost, who he was ahead of earlier, so he's not lost too much time.
Lewis is in, as is Matty.
Lewis will go for mediums, surely, to go to the end. Or is he going to go for hards? He does go for mediums.
So does Matty. And a wing change.
Put it up to 8.
Oh, he's off the track. Lewis has got off, coming out the pit lane. Oh.
What happened there?
He was going alongside Conzo and ended up off the track.
What, on the outside? Just Conzo was on the track? Oh dear.
Conzo was in the boundary of the track. I don't know what happened, he just ran wide.
So who's in prime position? I think Jonathan has gone for the wrong strategy, but I could be proved wrong here. Because now Rocher's right up behind him, he's going to have to take that position. Ghost is passing Cliffy down the back straight.
Yeah.
Great race from the Haas driver thus far. Oh, Cliffy's in the wall! He's just held it, what a save! He's got no damage and he saved it there. His time to be screaming at him, but he's just held that.
Bullet boy right on him now.
Jonathan with the penalty. Bullet will be right on the Williams now. Sector is on Alp. He has been for the last few laps actually. Crucially now, I think that Fruit is going to get out ahead of Ghost. And then he does pit. There's a yellow flag. It's Bullet. Bullet has dropped it on the exit of the turn onto the bit. He's got to wait for all these people to go past. Fair play to him.
It's facing backwards.
That's a dreadful shame for him there. And the safety car didn't come out, unfortunately, to spare his blushes. He can't even turn around the corner.
Yeah.
Massive damage. He's got massive damage to that car. Well, it might look like a 1-2 to McLaren here, but I trust you one of them is lapped down. Let's get some screen time for the champion. 10 seconds in the lead. Is Billy going to retire or is he going to get some more mediums?
Yep, he's putting some mediums on.
Fair play, good lad. Always carry on.
You never know.
Serene drive after he took the lead off the start. He got a better... Alp's come in for mediums. Alp has pulled the trigger on that. Well, Lewis is on that strat as well.
So Conzo still has to come in. Fruit and Sector both do. Alp's past Conzo.
Sector's come in. This is the what we got to watch. So Alp is coming down the back straight now.
He has the DRS as well. Sector comes in. Yeah.
Sector is driving down the pit lane. He's going to be out well clear. Well clear.
Yeah, he got stuck behind Conzo.
Lewis nearly with another altercation out of the pit lane. So Lewis, Sector and Alp all don't have to pit again. They do not have to pit again. Jacob does have to pit. He will come in for soft. Ghosts does have to pit again, as does Rocher, as does Fruit. Jonathan will stay out. He is, only 17 seconds. He's lost some time somewhere.
Yeah, I think it's the tyre deck.
He's lost a second and a half in the last lap or so to Ghost. Ghost is on an absolute flyer at the moment. Rocher makes his move on Jonathan, down the back straight.
So when is Fruit going to decide to come in then?
Well, Fruit's got some time. He can do an extra couple of laps, to be fair, but he's got to be careful. I mean, there is a nice big gap between Ghost and Jacob at the moment, which he will drop into. But he's got to be careful that he doesn't drop out behind Jacob, because then he's in the clutches of Lewis. He'll have a tyre advantage, but you don't really want to mess around too much.
I think it has to be this lap.
He's lost another few attempts to Ghost. He's lost a second to Jacob.
Yeah, he needs to come in.
Great race so far. Is Fruit going to go for softs? Is he going to go for mediums? Answers on a postcard.
That was too early for softs.
And he stays out. I think
he's
got to do. He's staying out for the softs. Maybe he doesn't know that he's being caught up by the picker because he's going faster than Ferrero Rocher.
Yeah, so he probably thinks he's coming.
Start to see it come down, but I think maybe because the gap he sees, the interval he sees, is going up until this point. Maybe that's sort of because Ghost has gained like 2.5 seconds. He's actually the man on the move at the moment on this 2-stop.
Yeah, he is. He's closing in on Jonathan on the hards. Where this is where Jonathan's strategy is coming back to him.
You have the track position, but the difference in pace is just sublime.
Yeah. That big losing up to the back of out Lewis and Jacob now.
Jacob, who does have to pit again. Down to 15.5 seconds now. The gap between Ghost and Fruit.
He stays out again.
He's staying out. He's still got 20. He's still got a 3-second window to the 5th place.
I think he's going all the way for the softs now.
He must be. Will he be in next lap, do you think?
A couple of laps more.
This is the move from the championship leader into P5.
He does need to be careful now. Lewis has passed Jacob.
But he makes a bad exit.
Yeah.
Jacob's
Sector's
alongside.
well.
Sector 1 yellow flag. Oh, it's all gone a bit mad here.
Yeah. Sector's in.
Sector's taken both of them.
Inside each other. They're inside each other.
Oh my goodness, let's watch from Jacob. This is exciting stuff. We've got actual live pornography on Contest of Speed. We've got a Williams being mounted by a Red Bull and vice versa. A bit of flip-flop action.
Yeah. Jeff Russia is now only 9.5 seconds behind.
He is indeed. Does Fruit pit this lap? No! He's definitely going soft.
Yeah.
Where is the other flag?
It's going slow, he's letting people through.
Oh, he's letting people take. Okay, so it's not that much of an important race.
Nothing to worry about. The thing is though, going on this, if there is a VSC,
Oh yeah,
Fruit has it in the bag, I think.
He does.
Sector looks very quick at the moment.
Matty is past Calzo, who's struggling on the hard tyres. Cliffy also makes it past Calzo. Both Williams in the points.
Sticking with
Jonathan is sticking with him. He's taking advantage of the DRS.
Yeah.
And he's actually closing in as well, so he's actually doing a great job on those hard tyres. I just feel like when people... that it's going to make it not worth it. But we'll see. This is why these guys are in Tier 1, they know what they're doing.
Yep. So I'm only in Tier 3.
Again, Fruit goes out. He's in danger. Sector's going to be within a lap. Sector's going to be...
It's the group of Sector, Jacob, Lewis and Jacob.
Because I would not want to be pitting as Fruit and then jumping out into this band. At the moment he's going to be about a second ahead of them.
Yeah.
But they are gaining on him at a rapid pace.
There's Alp as well there as well, at the back. Closing into the back of that pack. As Cliffy goes past Matty down the back straight.
As we watch Sector try and speed his way in. 19.2, he's about half a second off that window. He thinks about 17.5 to 18.5 seconds for a pit stop.
I think he's got to come in. I think
The
softs
board
can go
is
from
set.
in.
Fruit has got to pit this lap, surely. He's got a fresh set of softs, he must do.
He's got a fresh set.
They can do that, surely the race leader is going to pit. Race leader does box.
Gets it slowed down nicely.
No penalty.
Where is he going to come out? Is he going to come out crucially in front of Sector? He needs to.
Boxes for softs. He's led from lap 1. Apart from his pit stop. He's now back into P3. Where is Sector? Here is Sector. He'll see the orange car going down the shortcut. It's going to be so close.
Fruit has it. Fruit's done it.
Fruit does it. One more lap would have been too long. Crucially, P3.
Ghost came in.
Ghost has crucially come out ahead of Cliffy.
Yeah, Frosh has to come in as well. He's done 2 sets on the mediums.
Joe Frosho will come out ahead of Ghost. He's got to come out ahead of Ghost. He's got to come in now because Ghost will be flying. He was only 6 seconds or so behind him.
Jonathan has 8
The man
seconds.
on the move now will be the champion.
Yeah.
Oh, bullets out in the wall of champions.
Safety car.
It's a safety car. Oh, this changes everything.
Jeff Rocher
It's going to be a free-for-all. They'll all come in for softs.
There he is.
But Fruit will take the lead, surely. Surely Fruit is close enough. But then he'll still have to stick to the Delta. Because nobody's crossed the line. But they're not out yet. He had enough of a lead that he takes the lead back. This is a different race now. Ghost won't have to pit. Ghost could make up some time.
Yeah.
He does. He's back in P4.
Out comes in as well for softs. Everyone in for softs.
This is a go on. The safety car comes in. This is going to be
Alp's job sector.
oh, fantastic! Alp is back in the game. Alp has pace. This is going to be an 8-lap shootout.
8 drivers in the
Maybe 6 laps by the time the safety car comes in.
All the way down to
everyone,
the pace.
And I mean everyone,
oh, this
is on soft.
Poor Bullet Boy, I have to say.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's just not gone his way today. Racer is a lap down, but once the field gets back together, he should. If anyone's with V6 Racer, once
it's not going to do it because
once
he's
the
behind
train, but once the train catches up to itself, then he should be able to try and mosey his way through. But we'll see.
To get onto the lead lap.
Absolute scenes.
Blame have it. Thanks, Bullet Boy, for this exciting ending. This is going to be crazy.
So Fruit and Ghost have 1 lap old. Calzo didn't have any softs left, so he's gone medium. Unless he's going to go, unless Calzo's going to come in now and go for us, because he'll only lose 1 spot. He won't even lose 1 spot, I don't think. Because Conzo so far, is he going to go for softs now? Yes, he is.
Now the time has come to
That's
tell you
the sort of
situation.
Okay. This is the sort of race I'd love.
Yes. Me too. Fruit has 3 seconds. Ooh. JF Rocher has 9.
Oh no.
We have 9 seconds. Jonathan has 3 seconds. Ooh. Ghost has 3 seconds as well. Lewis has 3 seconds.
Ooh. Jacob
has 9 seconds.
And Alp.
I'm pretty sure it's 6. It's 3. Alp only has 3, yeah.
And Sector is the last one I'll go for, because I feel that this top 8 are going to be the breakaway.
Sector has 9. So
really,
it's
Fruit, Jonathan, Ghost and Lewis.
The first penalty-free driver is actually Cliffy.
Well done, Cliffy. At the moment he's in an P4.
If he could stay with them, or even gain some positions on the softs.
Safety car is in this lap, straight away.
Get it going again.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Your fastest at the moment is out, but that's going to go out the window.
Yeah.
Fruit's gone. He drops Rocher. Rocher follows actually. Jonathan then goes for the good. Lewis with a fantastic restart now. The top 6 have made top 5 have made a breakaway. Lewis dives into turn 1. Ghost gets out of the way. He knows that would have probably happened eventually. Ignoring yellow flag. Yes, we've got content. All these people who overtook before the start-finish line
have been given 5 seconds for ignoring
yellow flags. Have been given 5 seconds for ignoring yellow flags because you cannot, from 2019 onwards, they changed the rule back to the yellow flag line, the safety car line, is the start-finish line. I know for before then, 2010 to 2018, it was the safety car line, but they've scrapped that for 2019. Which is why you can go as slow as you like up until the line if you want to. Somewhere like Baku, you're wanting to not launch until you get to the line, really.
No one's broke the 1 second yet.
Afro Rocher has a look. Jonathan's right up there. We've got a massive DRS train.
Yeah.
But the DRS isn't happening yet.
No, not yet.
It's all gone very Dutch in the chat.
It's all gone very Dutch.
So I have no idea what people are saying.
Yeah. Must be Thomas. They're all supporting Fruit, clearly.
They are, of course, all supporting People's Champion Fruit.
They've apologised. There's a gap.
Don't blame me, says Thomas. Jonathan with the aggressive move around the hairpin on Ferrero Rocher. Ferrero Rocher in the stream mode.
Thomas, there's rain any moment.
It is raining! It's raining!
Is it? Oh my god! Oh wow! The most
Do not scratch your eyes, it is raining!
DRS enabled. How long for?
This is amazing! The Tier 1 drivers don't even know what rain is!
Weatherman Thomas at it again.
Rocher lets Lewis through. This is the three-way battle for the win, and they're all on 3 penalties. 3 seconds.
Yeah, Rocher's out of it, he's on 9 seconds. Cliffy's still on penalty free.
Jonathan looks like the man with pace at the moment. He's already dispatched Ferrero Rocher. Is he going to dispatch the leader? Much more confident under brakes for the hairpin. Touches the McLaren. You can't do that.
DRS though, here it is. The rain
He's
comes
unsettled
down.
the car in front though.
Yeah.
He pulls ahead. Jonathan leads. Lewis gets another second. 3 seconds.
Jacob and Sector
So
as
the
well.
Sector. Oh my goodness. So not only have we had the bumble of people getting penalties from not knowing the rules and overtaking before the end of the safety car period, but now we've got a massive group through the final sector. So at the moment, Ghost is on the podium.
He is.
Keep it up, lad. Go on, Ghost. I want you in this chat. I want you in this chat.
Talk to you.
We want to talk to Ghost. Lewis now.
Jonathan seems to be pulling a gap. Jonathan just has to keep it.
Fruit says no.
From now.
Lewis says I'm coming anyway.
Lewis is incredibly good in the wet on this game. I mean, he's incredibly good at this game.
But Fruit's going to stick down the inside. Is he going to allow this to happen? There's a Renault there as well. And Lewis takes P2.
Fruit is still effectively P2 on penalties. Because Lewis has 3 seconds more.
Absolute scenes.
Yeah, Jonathan's run away.
There's a yellow flag. There's a Renault. Matty's gone.
Matty's round.
Matty's round.
Varamir's in the points.
No damage. Varamir back in the points, but he does have that penalty from overtaking before the end of the safety car.
Yeah, Jonathan's gone. And Lewis clawing back in. Who can handle the rain on soft tyres? They're all fresh.
At least they're all quite fresh, although they're getting older as we go on, but a couple of those laps are under safety car.
but it's going to be the question of who had a fresh set and who didn't.
This is not what Fruit wanted.
No. I think he had it comfortable until
Spreading out a bit now. Ghost is still on for the podium.
Jonathan leads, he's pulling a gap as well.
But he's not. Jacob's going to try and slow him up a bit. He needs to concentrate forward, Ghost, not backwards. Hopefully Sector will come to his rescue and battle with Jacob. Matty retires
In the pit.
after his unfortunate turnaround. So the Mercedes leads in the damp Canadian finale here. Anything could happen.
Ghost
is not letting him go. So Fruit is not letting Lewis go. Ghost is still just about P3. Go on, Fruit. Do Ghost a favour. Battle Lewis.
Lewis. He's dropped him.
He's got a second to play with as Ghost. Oh, Fruit's absolutely messed that up, but he keeps the position.
It's fine, he's fine. So Jonathan still just has to keep it on the island for a lap. And he'll get his first winning
Battles all the way. There's
speed.
only 5 seconds between the top 8.
Yeah.
Jonathan leads.
Cliffy still penalty free as well.
Ghost, take through, Russell's crashed!
Oh no! That's stricken Renault on the final
He's
lap.
in the wall!
No!
Absolutely, I think he had a coming together with Ghost, or maybe he just binned it on his own.
I don't know. It doesn't matter what it does, but
2.5 seconds, Ghost is behind Lewis.
yeah, he's going to keep it. There's no way he's going to pull.
2.7 seconds. We go to our race leader, Jonathan, who's come from the back of the track.
He has. Great drive. Went for the one stop instead of the two.
13 places.
Ended up being a two stop. Jonathan wins. Lewis comes second.
Lewis second, but is he going to drop through?
Ghost
on the podium!
Alp jumps to fifth. Jacob
Cliffy up to
Cliffy jumps to
fifth.
fifth. Cliffy
And the
jumps
Wizard
to fifth.
Award. Wizard Award for Cliffy.
Oh,
He was only a second off the podium.
Barabia gets a point in the end.
Goodness me.
It's a great drive from Jonathan from the back.
Driver of the day for me has got to be Ghost. Although
Well,
Jonathan from the back, but he did
Jonathan
get helped by
from the
that
back.
safety car a lot.
Yeah, so did Ghost.
Oh well, the house on the podium. People's champ in P2, Jonathan in P1. It was a dead cert win for the McLaren, but it got taken away cruelly by a Ferrari hitting the wall of champions.
Cliffy with the Wizard Award.
Cliffy does get the Wizard. He might be the only one with the Wizard Award. Goodness me. Well done to our podium. Well done to everyone that managed to keep it on the island. There it is, yeah, Cliffy with the only Wizard Award this evening. Jonathan, Fruit, Ghost, Lewis, Cliffy, Alp, Jacob, Sector, Calzo, Varimir rounds out your top 10. Conzo, Roche finishes 12th in the end, despite not finishing. Racer 13, 14, Hattie 15, Bullet, Carlsbury 16, No Future to See, also DNFing at the back there. Wow. What do we even say to that? Are you inviting our brave men in? Stick around for that, good grief.
Also out.
Absolutely fantastic. You love to see it. You love to see it. Maybe not if you're Fruit.
Mwah.
That's
such a big lead.
It was a dead cert win there, mate. It was an absolute... absolute scenes. And that safety car came out.
Yeah.
We just went for ghosts and...
Yeah, Jordan on the podium though.
Oh.
That's an Aussie. That's an Aussie by itself.
That's absolute madness. Well, as you hear, while we wait for the other two, obviously a fantastic start for you, Fruit.
Yeah.
Straight up into P1, closed the space to Alp. Unfortunately, Alp vettled around on you, but it's just one of those things. You built your lead, you did your pit stop, you came back through, you built your lead, you did your pit stop, and then a Ferrari goes in the wall of champions and the safety car comes out.
That's the story of my race, indeed. I just don't know why, but at the start I had contact again with Alp. It's the third time in 4 races. I just hate to see it. I absolutely hate to see it. That guy is such an amazing guy, and I again have contact with him. It's the third time already. I find it so annoying, but still. Yeah, but as a good race nonetheless, I had some really promising pace, but yeah, till the safety car came out, which is totally out of my control. Then, yeah, got a hit from behind from Jonathan, which yeah, just was unlucky on the safety car. At really good pace nonetheless. I'm happy. I'm not gonna lie.
You gained some points at least, but it wasn't as many points as you wanted to gain.
That's true. True.
But a fantastic drive here. You must take heart in the fact that you had fantastic pace there and you were controlling that race.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it was really annoying because this was my chance with Joe starting at the back, Lewis starting at the back, John starting at the back, and Jordan starting at the back. This was my absolute best chance in the world to get a win. Yeah.
Well done anyway. P2. It's not the end of the world.
No, definitely not.
But hopefully it won't come back to haunt you at the end of the season.
Hopefully.
Ghost! We wanted you in the podium chat. We've got you in the podium chat. We were absolutely screaming for you to get P3, and you did. Well done, mate. What a race. I mean, the whole race, every time we came to you, you were up behind someone. It wasn't like you were holding anyone up. You were actually one of the ones on the offensive for the whole race. It was absolutely fantastic. It's good to see 2 OG drivers as well, OG COS drivers on the podium today. The 2 most experienced men in COS, actually, you two.
Yes. Both tier 1 podiums, love it.
But yeah, I bet you were sweating your hands off there. Well, we couldn't believe it either. We were watching it.
I didn't believe Thomas when he put it in the chat. I was like, no, it's not real.
It was lovely and sunny.
Really
all of a sudden there were raindrops on the on the halos, and it's like, oh my god. I mean, the irony being, obviously, with that rain coming down, if the safety car hadn't come out, Jonathan would have been one of the first people that would have fallen back really quickly on those old hard tyres. We were a bit concerned for you, actually, Fruit, partway through the race, because we thought you were extending your second stint too long, because you'd lost track position to Jordan. Jordan was actually going about a second a lap quicker than you before your pit stop. but because Ferrero Rocher and Jonathan weren't catching up to you, did you think that you were just holding the gap?
Well,
because all the people behind them were going really quick.
I fully trusted on Thomas on this one, which it was a brilliant strategy call by him. And he said, just go on for this sauce. It's gonna be worth it 100%. Go on. And okay.
Yeah, you came in on the right lap.
One,
you came in on the right lap. Yeah, if you'd gone one lap more, you'd have been behind a train of about 4 drivers.
Yeah, he did an absolute perfect job on Jeffrey tonight. So
If you'd have done one lap more, the safety car wouldn't have been out.
yep.
That's true.
Yep.
No, you gained a couple of places, didn't you? You got some track position because they were in the box.
Yeah. It's because everyone had to stick to the delta, and you, as soon as it crossed the line, you could go. Yeah, you could go.
Yeah, perfect time. You just bomb it down there. Fantastic. Well done, everyone. Jonathan's not here, is he?
No.
No, unfortunately, he was our race winner. Next round is in the United States in Texas. Tonight we'll have AM Tier 2 as well. Is that 3 AM UK time?
2 AM.
2 AM UK time. My apologies. Please don't join in at 3 AM. Join in at 2. 9 PM Eastern. For you Americans out there. That was a fantastic race, guys. I mean, we weren't convinced that you'd be able to drive in the wet because we're not sure Tier 1 drivers know what wet weather is.
No clue.
You were all very confused. But well done. It was lovely to see you on the podium, guys. It was a great race from you as well, Fruit. Unlucky with the safety car.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah, thanks. You will too as well.
And we shall
See
see
you on
you
the
all
podium. That's nice.
another time. Goodbye, everyone.